What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Hey,
up?
hey, hey,
Hey,
Wow. All
what's
right, all
up?
right, all
What's
right.
up? We back up in this thing. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? How is your day?
listen,
Good.
my
How
day
about you?
is I'm good. But I'm a little tired. But you know what? It's a good tired. So you know what? I am not going to complain at all.
All right, okay. Mine's has been a little draining, but I'm not gonna complain. I'm here. I'm blessed, highly favored, thankful, and so and that's how we gonna do it.
That's
How
the,
you been?
that's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yes, ma'am. How you been doing, Miss Unique? Hold on, we didn't answer the question. How's your day been?
That's why shoot. I'm tired too. Long. I'm tired too. Busy, sleepy.
What?
No
Everything, huh?
alcohol. Yeah, I need some.
No.
Shoot. I need it to be beer 30 already.
Say what's
But beer,
taking so long?
beer 30 taking its sweet time. It's getting on my nerves.
Huh? So you done had a long week, huh?
You said, you said
Man, that's an understatement.
I said, come on, let's go, cause I got some pimples trying to creep up in on me, and I don't like it. And
Oh.
like it's right on my chin, like a third eye or something. So I'm like, you gotta get up out of here.
Girl, what is going on with that?
You better
30 plus
use some
and going through
toothpaste.
this.
You better use some toothpaste, make your toothpaste mask, and take them
And
pimples right away.
Y'all hear that old school remedy? Use some toothpaste.
it's going away though.
Yep, it works too.
So I'm happy with that. It's going away though.
All right.
Uh-huh.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. I don't know what it is. It's like am 34 years old. I'm like, why am I still going through this?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah, exactly. I ain't got the pimple problem though. I got clear skin. So.
oh, look at you. Look at her. I got clear skin.
Wait a minute now. Look, I typically do, so don't come for me.
Right.
I don't think I really ever had a pimple problem. I always had like heat bump problems. I always had heat bumps and looked like I had a freaking disease all on my
Child.
forehead, and it was all bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta wear some bangs or something to cover the heat bumps. That was my problem back in the day. But I haven't even had those, thank goodness, because they look really gross.
Oh, wait. Girl, yeah, that don't sound like it at all. That's not it. That's not it. I
Yeah,
don't look
yeah, but now I'm good now. Shoot, I guess I got clear skin.
clear skin. Clear skin now. And that's what's up. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to the Love Talk Podcast, where we talk about everything love, situationships, relationships, entanglements, and what else?
What don't we talk about?
Stressful chips, entitlement chips,
Entitlement
stupid
ships.
people, stupid people ships.
Listen,
All that. All that. All of the above. And tonight we are talking about selfishness in relationships, and we're going to talk about this conversation interview thing that happened between Jeezy and Nia Long. Did y'all watch it?
I actually did watch it. It was on. I didn't watch the link you sent me, but I was just on Google and I happened to see it on Google. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and click this. And I clicked it and I watched it.
All right, what'd you think of it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah.
I
What
don't
about
know.
you?
I just think people need to just stop talking about their business. That's what I believe. People just need to just stop. Nobody cares. But I mean, they had some good points and stuff. It's just, it's not for what works for you doesn't work for everybody.
There was some good points. What did you think about it, Janae? What was your thought?
It was a lot, and I'm not gonna front. I didn't watch all of it just because of the time constraint I was under. But what I did catch, I was just kind of like, really, Jeezy? Like you? Okay, and like I get it. We all have come from something,
Yeah.
but it's just like, did you have to give us all that information like Jada? Like, did
We
we
got a lot.
did we need to know you got at 8 by already?
Yeah.
Like, did we need to like some things? I feel like I'm kind of on a two-edged sword with it because it's like when you're in the public eye and you're a celebrity, you don't have no privacy.
Right. Right.
You really don't. But then it's like you do because you're in control of what you tell, what you show,
Hmm.
and what you say. So it's just kind of like, I would have held on to that.
Yeah. That was a lot. That was a lot for me personally. I, Jeezy said something towards the end where he said something that men need safe spaces. And I
I
do
believe
believe
that.
that. I
Yeah.
I
believe
believe
that.
that too.
10 toes down. I believe that. Especially black men. They do need a safe space. And he felt like he was getting that with his sister, as he kept calling Nia. Um, he felt like I didn't catch that at all. But okay, whatever. So anyway, he felt like he was getting that safe space with her to be able to say these things. But I have to be honest, the interview was not all of what I thought it was going to be. It
Yeah.
wasn't even an interview, it was like a conversation, really, because
Right.
she's not a good interviewer to me. She's just not. But it was more like a conversation, and it was a pretty like some deep stuff, I think, from Jeezy's side, but Nia,
Mhm.
I don't know. She kind of irritated me. It didn't feel genuine. I wasn't catching that from her. Like she just wanted to talk about herself, and I'm like, hold on, I thought we was talking about Jeezy. Like, what's
Right.
up?
I completely agree that men do need safe spaces because
Absolutely.
that is why, a lot of them feel like, oh, I have to be tough. I can't have emotion and I
Mhm.
can't do this and I can't do that, which is false. That is
Mhm.
completely false, especially for the narrative of us as Black women.
Right.
Now, I post a lot about this on my TikTok that Black women, not all of us, but a plethora of us don't give Black men safe spaces. And the minute
Yeah.
we do, it gets thrown back in their faces. And that's when they shut down and turn into
Mhm.
dogs, turn into the folk boys, turn into it's whatever type of mentality. And it's just like, bitch, you wrong for that.
Mhm.
You wrong for that. Like, don't throw his stuff that he shared with you back in his face just because you mad or got out.
Right.
Because let's be clear, you've been feeling like that this whole time. You was just looking for an excuse to throw this stuff back in this man's face.
Mhm.
And then when
Exactly.
they do that, they shut down and become so hard, so cold to the
Yeah.
point where they struggle. Men struggle too, but as
Yes.
society, they've been told, oh, you gotta be strong all the time. You can't have no emotion. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's like, wait a minute. Actually, he can.
Right, right. Forgetting the fact that they are still human. And I think a lot
Absolutely.
of women do that. A lot of women do that because they put these men, especially black men, and I'm going to keep tailoring to that because that's so important, especially for this conversation, where
Mm-hmm.
they seem to have the hardest time, men of color, going to their women and having a safe space in their relationship. Because a lot of times when they leave home, they're already going through whatever struggle it is that they have day to day being a man. But then they don't want to come home and get beat up on or not have someone to talk to or be able to vent to or have a safe space for. And
Right.
so, and it's very important that we want that from them. We want that
Mm-hmm.
security from them. So it's important that we give the same thing back.
Facts.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I agree with him on that. I'm there could have been a reason why he brought up the molestation as a child.
Yeah.
It very well could have been. I don't know. Maybe he felt like it was something he needed to say. Who knows why? Who knows? uh,
I think he was bringing it up to say, as a child with that going on, he had nobody to protect him,
that
and
could be
with
it.
it protecting him, without
Mhm.
somebody protecting him. He grew up with a wall around him, and how he was supposed to be. A lot of what happened to him has shaped what he is. He was talking about the safe space. He's talking about he had nobody there to be his safe space, nobody there to protect him when he was getting molested at 8 years old.
Yeah.
And that very well could be it too. I see that because of the trauma and the things that he said he experienced between him and his mother and his father. I see that.
Mhm.
He said his mom was really, hard on him. She was really, really hard on him. And so, and that could be where he didn't feel like he had no one to protect him. And so maybe he thought he would be saving someone else, or even speaking to men who's had those issues, saying, okay, you went through this, but you can heal from it. You can grow
Facts.
past it.
Hmm.
And in order to, because we want our testimonies to be able to help somebody else, right? That's the whole purpose and why we have them. We go through tests to come to have a testimony. And
Mhm.
so, we don't keep it to ourselves. We share so that we can help other people, because you never know who it'll help. You never know who it'll get through. I know they
Yeah.
had a lot of views on that interview. And so you never know. He chose to do it, you know, that way. But he said that was a safe space, and he felt like he was safe with his sister Nia.
And just because of the fact that he felt like it was a safe space, that's amazing all by itself.
All by yourself.
They don't have that. They don't have that. And I feel like a big reason, a lot of them are so hard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I keep saying, I'm a forever until I'm black, blue, purple, pink, orange, yellow, the whole rainbow in the face. You have to heal to
Yes.
be able to freely speak and not feel bad about it. You can't control how somebody else reacts,
Right.
but you can control how it affects you.
Yes.
And I say that because, you know, for you to feel like you don't have a safe space, that means there is some trauma there. There is something there that you have not healed from, because you should be able to freely talk about whatever it is that you want. Man,
Yes.
black, white, orange, green, purple, whatever. It
Mm-hmm.
does not matter. So you have to be able to feel safe in regards to anything you decide to share. So that only comes from, and I think a lot of times when you're unhealed, you point the finger at, this is why, okay,
Mm-hmm.
happened,
Mm-hmm.
but now you're in charge of getting better. You're in control of getting better. And the more excuses you throw out as to why you can't, you're just setting yourself back. So if we're being honest,
Yes.
the safe space has to start with trusting yourself to know, I can talk about this. I dealt with it. I went through it, but I can talk about it and be okay. No, I'm not going to make everybody happy. No, everybody's not going to understand. Everybody may look at me a certain type of way, but guess what? I don't give a damn. And I stand
Mm-hmm.
not giving a damn because it's my experience, my feelings, and that's just that. They're mine. Nobody
Right.
has to agree with them. So you damn right I'm gonna be safe wherever I talk about it, wherever I express it, whoever I talk to, because you don't affect me of something that I've already gone through, dealt
Right.
with, healed from, and have moved on from.
Right. 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 And you don't. You really don't. It's when you get to that spot where you can talk about it so freely,
Mm-hmm.
and you can talk about it and you're comfortable, you have forgiven yourself, you've went through the process of healing,
Mm-hmm.
because healing is a process. Okay,
Oh,
it's a process. Okay. Okay, you just don't go through a traumatic event in life and then you wake up the next minute and you all sunshine and roses. It's not that. It's a process that you have to go through. But once you've gone through that process, and in some cases for people, while you're going through that process, you are able to speak a little freely about what it is that happened to you, or be able to share your story in a safe space with people who you feel like are safe, or even just with some who you may feel like need to hear it. And that is okay to do. It's okay to get there. You want to get there because, as you said, once you get there, you start to look at things a little bit differently. And not only do you look at them differently, you're not doing that. Okay, they did this, they did this, they did this, they did that. You make a choice to get up and move past that, to move from it. Because, yeah, X, Y, and Z happened, but you can't change X, Y, and Z. It happened. It is what it is. And so the only thing that you can do now is change how you respond to it. That's where a lot of people trip up. They go through things, and depending on the situation and what we go through, they stop. They get stuck. They trip up. They don't respond well to negative things, or life just lifing. They don't respond well to those things. But I'm telling you, the biggest thing that you can do is respond. I don't want to say positive, because sometimes things just don't always. I'm being honest and realistic. It's not always that. But how you respond to certain situations and things that you go through in life really does affect your next step, especially the next steps in your healing
Fact.
process.
Mm.
Because you can really slow yourself down. You can take a whole detour if you get stuck, or you let that one thing stop you.
Yeah.
And so you always want to be mindful on how you respond. I remember having this conversation with a friend last year. I said, you have to stop giving these people. They want you. They want you to act out. They want you to show your butt. They want you to do that. You have to stop doing that. You have to stop giving these people the pleasure of you acting a fool. Because just because you're acting a fool, that ain't going to stop nothing. Absolutely nothing that they are doing. You're responding in a negative way, in a bad way. And just because you're responding that way, as long as they know that they can keep getting to you, that's exactly what they're going to do every single time. They're going to keep pushing your buttons, and they're going to keep doing things that they know can get to you. And while they're doing that, the only thing that's happening for you is that, one, you're not moving forward, you're digressing, you're not making progress. And then on top of that, you're staying stuck in the same area while they're living their best life. And so it's always on how you respond to most life situations. And so, anyway, so that is the one point that he made that I really liked, is that he said men need a safe space, which I totally 1,000% agree with. Another thing that just, I don't know, kind of caught my attention is, were they flirting? I feel
I
like
thought
Nia
they
was
was.
probably flirting with him.
I thought she was looking at him like he was a piece of steak or something.
Girl,
'Cause
I think Nia was flirting with him, but I think that's why he was saying like my sister, because he like, it ain't even on that. But
yeah, 'cause he's not even fully divorced yet, so he
he's
can't even
not.
be on it.
He is not. He is not fully divorced. I don't know. I feel like there was some intentional flirting with Nia. I don't know.
She was trying to get in panty draws with him too.
So she want Jeezy. She want Jeezy. I don't know. I feel like she was really pushing it, and she was really trying to make it more about her. But
I
that's
think
just my
she.
thoughts.
I think she gave him a fair. I don't think she really. I mean, I think she asked a fair amount of questions that had to do with him. I mean,
Hmm.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong; it was kind of long, but I liked it. But I don't think she honestly asked the right questions.
Mm.
If you're having a conversation with somebody and you're trying to know a person and you're trying to, and he's willing to be an open book, you have to ask the hard questions. And
And
I
so,
don't
what
think
questions do
she
you think
asked
that she
enough
missed?
of that. Mhm.
What questions do you think personally that she missed that she didn't ask?
Well, I just think that she should have asked him, well, do you take accountability for any of your actions that you've
Mm.
done, because I mean the thing is like, yes, a lot of what happened to us shapes who we are, but at the end of the day we are in control of our own actions. So if we
Mm-hmm.
are out here acting a fool and cheating and sleeping with everybody and their mama and gang banging and selling drugs, we are doing that action.
Mm-hmm.
We can't put blame on somebody else, because some people have had horrible, extremely horrible childhoods, and you would never even know because they are not like their childhood. They are wonderful, amazing people. And some people have had wonderful childhoods that end up being serial killers.
They've
So,
overcome that. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, she should have asked them, like, does he feel responsible? Does he feel like, he was selfish in some things? Does he feel like his standards are too high? What really
Mm.
did his experiences in his life have? How how much really did his childhood affect his life? Really,
Mm. Mm.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well,
Stuff
and
like
I think
that.
he did a I think he did a really good job explaining a little bit on how it affected his life and how he, especially when he became Jeezy, when he became, what was he, Young Jeezy or Little Jeezy? What was he? He was Young Jeezy, right?
I mean, they
Before he
young
became Jeezy.
Juicy,
He
yeah.
was Young Jeezy. Okay, I know if he was Young Jeezy or Little Jeezy or Bitty Jeezy. I know what
Well,
it
no,
was.
he's young Jeezy. Now he's little J.
He looked. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, Jeezy J. Um, I think he did an okay idea, or at least giving us an idea of how his childhood did affect him growing up, especially again, not having that safe space, not knowing if he can trust people, things like that. I think he was, because he mentioned something at the beginning of the conversation where he said that he was at a friend's house and the
Mm-hmm.
friend,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, had got that daddy went and got the gun, was about to shoot his mom,
Yeah.
the friend's mama. And he told the friends, come on, let's hide. And in response, Nia asked, well, how did you know what to do? He said, because I had been in a situation like that before. So
So
I,
normal.
yeah. Huh?
That was
Yeah,
normal.
no, I get that, but I want to know how much of what happened in his childhood it really impacted his life. I think
His
that,
being an adult.
yeah, like how much of it, because like I said, we all go through some kind of trauma. We all go through some type of, nonsense throughout our life. Are
Yeah.
we letting it consume us and take over? Are we finding ways to manage it and deal with it? Are we
And
just
he'll.
completely, yeah, disregarding it? It's just how much of whatever happened to us is actually impacting our lives. And that's what
Yeah.
I feel like should have been asked. Okay, yeah, I know, like, you were saying that, yeah, your childhood shaped you the way it be, but how much of your childhood shaped you? What
Mhm.
specific incidences of your childhood shaped you? And why did that? What was the reason that shaped you to how you are?
Yeah, and that goes back to the point that I was making earlier. We go through things in life. Life is going to happen from the time you're a child to you are whatever current age you are. At some point you are going to experience something in life that is going to be traumatic, and that's the thing. We have a choice, like you were saying, we have a choice to either get up and move forward from that, or to stay in it, to let that shape us into, and really it could take you either way. It can go really really bad, or it can go really really good. I unfortunately know people who has where it has gone, they're not able to move forward from those things that happen in childhood, especially people who have unfortunately was molested. That's a
Yeah,
really really that's a really really big thing, and it takes a lot of people under, and it does shape and it mold them, and for most people they get to the point where they can't trust people, they can't trust you. And then on top of that, they have an issue with wanting to even be accountable. There's a lot of different things on how it can shape and mold them. That's a really, really big deal. But for Jeezy, it sounds like to me that he has healed from that. from whatever it was that, he went through with his childhood, including the molestation and seeing or hearing the gun go off and his friend's mom getting shot and the issues that he did with his mother. I think he also said that his mom pointed a gun at him.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
She put a gun in his face. And so it sounds like, I'm sure that's a lot. Those your mama putting a gun in
Yeah,
your
that's absolutely
face
a lot.
is a
Yeah.
lot by itself. So adding in all those other different factors, that's a lot to have to heal from at all.
Yeah.
At
Hmm.
all. And a lot of people don't come out of it. They really don't. They don't come out of it. I've seen and I've heard of people, committing suicide because they was molested. I've heard of people, where they become severe alcoholics and, substance abuse and things like that because of molestation. A lot of people cannot come from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult for them too. And so, yeah, it's, the whole situation is it's crazy. That's sad for anybody. It's sad for him. It's unfortunate that he had to go through that at 8 years old.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Absolutely
That's
horrible.
really. All right. So the next thing he said, we were going to do this last, but I guess since we already this far into it, one thing he said that caught my attention, he said, the hardest thing I've had to do in life was walking away from everything that I knew could support me. I felt that.
Mm.
I felt that.
Yeah, me too. I felt all that.
Yeah, I felt that 1,000%, because I have had to walk away. And mostly when it comes to relationships, not all romantic, even some friendships, family, I've had to walk away. And that can hurt, especially depending on the bond.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. I felt that completely. There's opportunities that I've had to walk away from, and you're like, okay, I could really do good here. I could really, flourish here, or this person is really for me, or you feel like they're for you, or you really like them, but then having to walk away from that, it can be painful.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Unique?
For me, it's not really about the support, and I think that I mean I felt that too because like I said, it's not really about people who could support me. It's just people in general that you have built a bond with, um, that you seem to be cool with. Not everybody is who they seem, and
Mm.
people tell you what you want to hear, and
Hmm.
you know believe half of what you hear, all of what you see. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I just feel like, I mean, now back in the day when I was younger, it was hard for me to walk away because I was walking away in disbelief. Like, how can this person do this to me? And yeah, but now I'll step right over you and kick you on my way walking. But back then, yeah, I felt that because the thing is that, especially for somebody like me who is a good person, who's always helpful, always trying to build people up, when people are negative or they try to do something against me or they're moving in a different direction than I am, it breaks my heart because I'm like, we could have rose together, we could have experienced stuff together, we could
Mm,
have shined together. But no, you had to go and do what you did, because I feel like when somebody does something to you, it's not an accident, it's an intentional act, because there's steps to doing what they did. So if they
Yeah.
keep continuing to do those steps, it's an intentional action. So I believe that, you know, people do stuff, and when they do it, they don't care about you. So yeah, you have to walk away, because if you don't walk away, you're going to get trapped into that. And
mm,
walking, when nobody wants to walk away, because when you walk away from something, it's like you're giving up on them or on what could have been. But sometimes walking away is the best thing, even though it might tear you down inside. Now, I can't really say that I've ever been hurt walking away. I won't say that, 'cause I don't think I've ever. I think I've been more upset that it came to that. Like, it wasn't hurt. It was just more like upset and angry that somebody would do me like that, and then just completely just disregard me like I was trash, and I wasted. And because one thing I don't like to do, I do not like to waste my time. I don't like to waste time on
mm.
anybody. Period.
So
So
you're talking about specifically walking away from what, like romantic relationships that you've had to
anything,
pull off from?
anything, anything. I don't
Okay.
care. Like I said, I'll walk over and kick you as I'm walking. I don't care. The thing is that whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, when you meet people and you feel like you're vibing and you feel um like there's some sort of trust there, some sort of understanding, and then something happens and you can
Mhm.
no longer be around that person or deal with that person,
Mm.
that in itself for most people is heartbreaking. That in itself is some kind of trauma, because now you're losing something that you wanted and hoped for would have worked or would have, bonded or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
So I completely get what he says. That's the hardest thing to do, because to me that's like giving up on whatever the case may be. And I'm not a quitter. I don't like to give up on anything. But
So
I'm
you
not
give
gonna
your
sit
all
there.
first before you decide or get to that point of walking away. What is it for you personally that can be like, okay, you know what? I'm throwing in the towel.
Well, back in the day, because now I don't. But back in the day, I used to give a lot of chances.
Mm,
Mhm.
Um, and it's like, because I always look at it this way: one time a mistake, two times maybe, three times is an intentional act.
mm,
Because if I give you a chance the first time and you turn around and do it the second time, okay, maybe you forgot, whatever, we talk about it again. But then the third time, fourth time, fifth time, you know what I'm saying? And there's only so many times that you could do something to me before I snap out and wig out. And,
right,
the
right.
Bible says turn the other cheek. Well, I only got four cheeks. How many cheeks do they expect me to turn? You know what I'm saying? So, I can't do that when I feel like, it's just not going nowhere. If I feel like I'm at my wits end, or if I'm always, for me, it's if I have to really think about, is this what I want in my life, or is this what I need in my life? If I even have to have that thought, then it's time for me to go away.
Yeah, yeah,
If
absolutely.
it, if I feel like the person is bringing me down or bringing my spirit down, it's time for me to walk away. If I feel like the person is doing the same exact thing and that's not benefiting themselves or me, it's time for me to walk away.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you on that. I was in that situation this year. For me personally, I knew God was about to change some things in my life, and He told me these three specific people that were going to have to go,
Mm.
and I cut them off, and you would have thought like, man, you, you I mean, I don't even know. You would have thought I cut off their lifetime water supply or something. One of them, I blocked him on everything. I blocked him on everything, and this dude started emailing me. I said, "Well, doggone it."
He's
Ah.
like,
But
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
basically, yeah. He said, "If I gotta create 3 profiles, you gonna talk to me, Shantae?" Oh, okay. But I understand what that is. If nothing is coming from that, if there's no fruit bearing from that plant, from that tree, if there's nothing coming from this, for me, I don't like dead weight. And if we're not if we're in each other's lives and like I said, there's nothing coming from it, we're not making any type of move together. I don't care what it is. It doesn't even and that doesn't mean that it has to be business or anything like that. I don't care what we are doing. We it relationships for me are give and take. And so if it ever gets to a point where I'm giving, and you're not giving anything back,
Mhm.
or if I'm down at my low spot and you can't be there for me when I'm there for you, or
Listen.
it's not going to work. Nothing is coming from
Yeah,
this. There's no fruit bearing from this tree. I can't be the only one watering the plant. And
yeah, and
so,
that's why. Yeah, and that's why because everybody, like when I was younger, everybody knew I had potential. I knew I was going to be successful. I had all that potential, and it was either you was with me or you was against me. There was no in between, And so it's like I gave people chances to even do something for themselves, or like you don't have to be on the same path as me, but you have to be on a straight path.
Right.
You have to know what you want to do with your life or even have some kind of idea and try to work towards that. Yeah, nothing happened overnight and nothing, comes handed, but you still have to have that motivation and that passion for it. And if I don't feel like they're passionate about it, it's time to jump ship. It really
Mm,
is. And you know, if I don't feel like you have my back, it's time to jump ship. I don't have time to waste on anybody who is doing the same thing in their that they was doing in their teens and their 20s, that and they're doing the same
right.
thing in their 30s. I don't have
Right.
time for that. I'm
Right.
growing up. I'm doing what I have to do. Yeah, mine's had to take longer because of some very unfortunate situations, but that still never stopped my passion from me wanting to do that. That
Right.
never been anything that was never put in the back of my head. So it's so yeah, you have to walk away. Or also people who are negative. If you are constantly complaining and
Oh,
negative, I don't have
girl.
time for that. I am a positive, petty person.
Did you say a
Okay.
positive?
She
Did
did.
you say a positive petty person?
She
See,
did.
Yes, I do.
She did.
But
I thought so.
one thing, yeah, but one thing I do not do is negativity. I don't do nagging. I don't do complaining. I don't care if I was 5 years old. You nagging, I'm walking away because I don't want to
Yeah.
hear it. I don't have
Yeah.
time for that. I don't. That never since I was a kid. I never liked arguing or fighting or hearing negative stuff. I don't play that. So yeah.
Look, I understand that now. I am at that age where I'm like, okay, you know what? Don't bring all that negativity like to my door. I don't have time for it. And I understand. Let me put this out there. I understand if I have a friend or whoever it is in my life and somebody needs to vent. They need to have a safe space. I don't
Well,
mind being
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The problem becomes when you're going through something and okay, you're going through it and maybe you've had a rough season, but then you take those same problems into your next season, into the next season, and you keep carrying those problems with you. Now you know what can fix the problem. You know what you need to do. You know you probably need to walk away from that dude or walk away from that female. You know you probably just need to get up and get a job. You know what can fix your problem. But some people are addicted to drama and self affliction. So you know what you can do to fix the problem, but you're so comfortable with the discomfort and you're so comfortable with complaining and being where you are that you don't want to fix the problem. And that's really unfortunate for a lot of people because people do get to a point where they are comfortable with dysfunction.
Facts.
See,
They
and
and
this is my problem. If you
yeah,
come to me complaining, I have no problem with nobody venting. You vent
right.
away, go right ahead. But when you call me venting about the same situation, asking for
Two,
my
three
advice,
years, shoot.
and I give you the same advice, and you
Yep.
still venting about the same stuff, after
Yeah,
a couple vents, I'm gonna just be done
I'm
because you
done.
obviously not taking what I'm telling you. You're
Mm-mm.
not trying to hear it. You're gonna do what you want to do anyway. So what's really the
And
point of asking me for my advice? Or even like you could vent to me, but also I'm one of the people, don't vent to me if you don't want me to comment back. Because I'm
I'm
a comment back and you might
I,
not like what I have to say.
I've done so much even before my having a stroke. I would people be like, "Can we talk?" I'd be like, "What about?" They'd be
mhm,
like, "Oh, I first of all, if it's anything negative, no, thank you. I do not have the mental capacity or the emotional headspace
I'm trying to
to
tell you.
handle you and me." So
I'm trying to tell you.
that, but and I'm okay with that. You can say I'm a bad friend. Say that. But like we've been saying, I am not about to sit on this damn phone
Mm-mm.
and listen to you complain about the same thing.
Thing. Same.
About,
I've
about
literally, I have known
like
people
you're
who could
you're annoying me at this point, and I don't like being annoyed because when I'm annoyed, I start getting real disrespectful.
see. I
Mhm.
know people who have literally gone through the same thing year after year after year. I'm like, how do you let your birthday pass that many times and complain. How do you go? How do you become a whole year older and you going through the same thing
The
you
same
went
thing.
through 5 years ago?
You know,
Help that make
a lot of people,
sense.
they don't want to get help because
They're
being
scared of change. That's why.
that, and to them, being a victim gets them attention. Being a
Oh
victim
yeah.
gets them, oh, what's wrong? I don't give a damn what's wrong no more. Because guess what? We've talked about it. I told you what has helped me get to where I am, but you have an excuse and a rebuttal for everything.
Yes.
Guess
Yes.
what? Rebut the hell out my face.
They don't they like playing victim. Okay, and see we wasn't supposed to go here tonight, but since we brought it up, they like being victim and they don't want to take accountability for what
Yeah,
they've done wrong in the situations.
but you
And it's
grown though, right?
but you grown. So you want to point the finger and it was them, but you take absolutely no accountability for anything that you've done at all. You don't want to say, well, I did do this, or I did stay in that relationship longer than I want to, or I did
This
hit him
generation,
first.
this generation,
Yeah, and I always, this the bottom line is I tell people when they call me with the same stuff, first of all, don't call me with this nonsense because I just talked to you a couple days ago about it. Second of all,
Hmm.
why are you complaining so much about it? If you don't like the situation you in, get out of it. Fix it.
Yeah.
Do something. You are able to change what you can.
Hmm.
You cannot, don't complain about something that you could change. You can leave. You can tell them to leave. There's so many things, or even whatever, even if it's not a relationship. If you don't have enough money, go get you another job. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
also
don't,
means, yep.
it's always something. And then the thing is that, okay, well, like, this is not a knock towards anybody. I know people who collect disability checks that still work part time.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So if they could do it and they have a disability, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it.
Girl, it
Period.
is females out here with no entire arms still doing their makeup. Have y'all seen them? They doing their makeup with their feet.
Exactly.
Okay,
So don't
so come on
exactly. So
now, come on.
do not complain to me about all the stuff going wrong in your life when you are your own person and you have a chance to fix whatever's going on. If you don't like it, change it. Only you could
And it
change it.
and it doesn't take away, let me point this out. It doesn't take away whatever your hardship is. It doesn't take away from that. It does not take away from that at all. Nobody's saying that what you went through, and I'm talking to somebody, and I'm talking to a very few specific people. So listen, it doesn't change what you went through. It does not change that at all. But when you have an option, when you have a choice to make a different choice, to do something better, if you know that what you keep doing is not working, stop doing that. And the thing is with me, and now I'm at an age where I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to give you no pity
nope,
party. I'm not doing none
nope.
of that. I'm going to tell you what it is, and what you
Hmm.
do with that is on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is, and you can take it and run with it, or you can stay where you at. But me and my team, we going up, and so you either with it or you out of it. You got to figure that out.
Yep.
That's between you and the Lord. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yep. I have nothing to do with that. I don't care if I hit the lottery. Don't ask me for nothing because you had a chance to be somebody. You chose to be in that situation and now get yourself out. You chose to do whatever you did because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for our actions, all of us.
at, at
And
some
we
point, we have to
until
stop blaming our circumstances. As sorry to cut you off, but at some point, we
oh,
have to
you're
stop
fine.
blaming our circumstances. We have to stop blaming. Oh well, he did this or she did that. Okay, and did you fight him? Did you say something? Did you? I mean, so if you ain't doing nothing about it, then leave it alone. It is what it is. It happened, boo. You can't change. Look, Bookie, you not about to change the past. It is what it is. And you just gonna have to let it be, whatever it is from there. But again, you going into year after year after year after year after year after year after year, complaining about the
Mhm.
same relationships, complaining about the same man, complaining about my car ain't fixed or I ain't got no money or whatever it is. You know how many job applications you should be filling out? You ain't got no,
I
you
know
on the
for
third
real.
year of not having no money. You
For
on the
real.
third year. I mean, do something about it. Change the situation. That's what it is. When you have a choice, when you are able to, when you're capable of changing something, do it.
Yep.
Do it. Stop. Don't complain. That don't help nobody. And that just took us off on a whole nother tangent because that's not what we're talking about. But this next point goes along with that. You have to know when to let go. This is said by Nia Long, and I totally agree with this. 1,000%. You have to know when to let go. You gotta know when to let people go, things go, situations go. When it's time for them to leave, they gotta leave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. When it's time to go, you have to go. Okay, so we're about to wrap up this whole Jeezy and because we ain't even got to our the conversation. But another thing, he said something about he got to a point where he would be ready to die, basically. He said he would get dressed. He would make sure he got on some fresh draws. It didn't matter if he was doing a concert or a video or a press conference or whatever he was doing. He said he was always ready to go because there was people out there, even the people who was closest to him, that was ready to kill him. They was ready to take him out. And it reminded me of something that my dad said. He said, if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. And I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Mm-hmm.
that all the way. But to walk out of your house preparing yourself every day that, okay, this is going to be this could be my last day, the last day that I get to see my people or I get to whatever it is, that's got to be a really stressful situation. Unique, did you get to that part?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
That
I watched
is
the whole thing.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I get what he's saying because the thing is that nowadays you don't know who people really are, especially people
Yeah.
close to you that you feel like you know are in your inner circle or that you've been cool with since childhood or whatever. You don't know what other people's intentions of you are, so you
Right.
always have to be prepared and be conscious and everything else. I felt that. Now, death part, that's a little too far. But I get it, though, at the end of the day, because, like I said, you don't know people. Because, like I've said many times, I've seen, I'm big into crime shows and killer shows and all that. And I've seen where people been married 25, 30 years and would never suspect that their spouse would try to kill them, you know,
Mm.
or, they have childhood friends that they've been friends with since babies. It's trying to take them out. Like, you just don't know. People show
Wow.
you what they want you to see. So you don't know what they're showing, if what they're showing you is actually really legit, if it's actually really them. So I mean, I agree with that. You got to stay prepared no matter what, because people could turn on you at a snap of a finger.
So
Yep.
you're saying, okay, don't be prepared to die, but you need to be prepared to retaliate in case somebody.
I mean, even if it is whatever the situation is, whether it's
Mhm.
death, whether it's jail, whether it's retaliation, whatever it is, you need to be prepared for any and everything to happen. You need to have your guard up. You need to be cautious. You need to know your surroundings. You need to know who you're with. You need to know because even the closest people to
Mm,
you that you would never expect to do anything to you absolutely truly will.
Yeah.
that's true, and that's true because he
It's,
said it was people that had been knowing since like childhood, people who
yeah,
he was taking with him, friends, family, and he said
exactly.
they
That's
had a hit out on him. They was ready to take him out.
exactly. They was jealous of his come up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Ooh.
And you have to be, you have to be prepared. Especially if that's why I say you cannot trust everybody.
Yeah.
You just can't. It doesn't matter. Hell, sometimes I don't even trust my own damn mama. You just don't know.
Girl, it's like that. It's like that. And envious, jealousy. And that's a spirit that can be very, very toxic and get
Oh
really
yeah.
ugly very, very quickly. And you
Mm.
can always tell there's always something there. There's some type of precursor there.
But
But
some
just
people are just really good actors. Like I said, some
oh
people
yeah,
get
that's
just
true.
really good. Some people are really good actors. Some people you just don't even you like I said, you would never suspect could do anything because they don't show it. I mean, they might show it to other people or other people who are against you. But if somebody, like I said, people will show you what they want you to see. So if
That's
they're
true.
going to show you what they want you to see, they're going to put on a hell of a show for you.
Mm. One thing I realized, I was I don't remember who I was talking to. It was somebody during this year, the summertime, and they told me they was like, well, this is when I was thinking about when I before I left my job. I was just thinking about it and I was talking to this person about it and it goes, well, that's good. Now you get to see what it's been like for me and what it's been like since I haven't been working. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? And for me, when I hear stuff like that, when I hear a so-called friend or a family member or whoever say something like that, now you get to experience this. I feel like I wouldn't wish certain things on anybody. Now, I don't know at this point how this is going to affect me. I don't know how it's going to impact me. I don't know what's all going to happen. But I'm not looking for anything negative or anything like that. But when I hear certain things like that, there's always hints and clues to let you know what people are really on. So
Oh,
when I
absolutely.
say, huh?
I said absolutely.
Yeah, there's always something. So when I hear somebody say, "Well, now you get to do this, or or now you get to see how it feel," I'm looking at you like, okay, so are you mad or upset because I never had experienced that, and so you want me to go through something bad? Like that's how I look at situations like that.
That's how I
And,
would look at it too, because you just don't say nothing like that. Like, and then besides, like, how would you know what my
right,
experiences are? Like,
right,
how would you
right.
know that? How do you know I haven't experienced that already? So for you to let something like that even slip out of your mouth, that means that you have some kind of envy towards me.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Which means we can't be cool. You got to go. I can't. I can't. You can't come with me. You cannot come with me. And so, I pay attention to little things like that. I pay attention. I was talking to a guy and he would give little insults, but try to make it like as a joke. I called him like little backhanded insults because he'll say, and he did it so much where I was like, okay, so what's this about? So I pay attention because there's always something. They might not be very visual to some people, depending on your if you're a good judge of character, but there's always something to let you know, okay, this person is not for me. They're not rocking with me. They can't be on my team. Because if they really were there and they really were on my team, they were really for me, then they wouldn't be wishing bad on me. Then when I am having a low moment, they would uplift me. When I am going through something, they wouldn't be like, oh well, now you get to do this, or you get to experience this, or you get to see how it feel. I'm your friend. Why would you want me to feel or go through anything that you know could negatively impact my life?
Hmm.
That's not cool. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. And so yeah, when it comes to knowing who has to go, if you pay attention in the beginning, you will find out real quickly who is and who's not for you.
Yeah, that's why my circle is very itty bitty. My circle is
Girl.
extremely itty bitty. It's extremely small. I don't have time for it at all. That's why, I always use this quote: "If you're absent during my struggle, don't expect to be present during my success."
Mm-hmm.
Because
Phew.
I know if I'm going through something and you can't be there for me, and
Yep.
you call me as soon as you see me on TV or something, I do not know you. Period. I do not know. I don't care if you are a relative. I do not know you. You are not going to get your
Ashan.
15 seconds of fame off of me. You cannot claim me at all because you was not there for me when I needed you to be.
Hey
Therefore, you
Ashan.
have,
How you doing,
therefore,
sir?
you know, therefore, you can act like I don't even exist to you because that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing to you.
And
That's
that's
how
what
I
it is.
am. If
When
you
you
jealous
gotta
of
go,
my
you gotta go.
Yeah, if you're jealous of me and I'm not even doing anything, or I'm living my life the way that I'm choosing to live, then you need to check yourself and how your life is going. Because
Facts.
your life is not
Right.
my problem.
Facts.
The way you're
Sean
living your life
said,
is not my problem.
he said, real friends are time tested. That is very true.
Hmm.
Very, very true. Real friends are time tested, which brings me to this post that I seen earlier. It says, pay attention to who you are with when you feel your best, because people at some point will show themselves, and a
Listen,
lot of times they show themselves when you're at your weakest moment. So everybody, when you're doing your best, you bring in on all types of people, and everybody want to be around you and support you and all those things like that. But then when you're at your low, you find out who is for you real
mm,
quick.
mm,
Yeah, and the fact that I grew up at my low and I'm going up to my best, I already know who's riding with me.
I'm
like
trying
I've
to tell you.
I've
I
already cut off the people.
I know a lot of
Who,
people, but I can I can count on one hand people that are not blood related but
Mhm,
are my blood. And I say that because um when I recently just had my stroke, right? One of my really good friends, Shabana, I met her through work.
mm.
We have been close ever since. When I tell y'all, that thing wiped the crack of my ass because I couldn't wipe myself. I said, bitch, you ain't never going nowhere because if you
for
like
real.
you you didn't see every crack and crevice that I have. You see
Say you here to
right there.
stay.
You just wait till I get better if you think you gonna come up out of here. Her, my sister Kia, listen, baby, I tell you, those women have yet to switch up. And I say
Mhm.
yet just for reality purposes, but
Right.
they never switch up. I can trust leaving a shitload of money around. They ain't gonna take a damn dollar.
Right. Right.
Leave keys to my spot. Ain't nothing gonna come up missing. So it's like, yeah, I know a lot of people. Yeah, you friendly. Yeah, you like me, but
Right.
I'm not inviting you into that space because, for one, you met me, yeah, when everything was good, everything was all hunky dory or whatever. But it's like, I've been watching you and I see you and I see the type of company that you keep. I see
Right.
talk about. I see that you like drama. You like every time I see you active somewhere, you it's always some foolishness. And
Mhm.
I don't I don't like that. I stay out the way on purpose. So it's like when you try to be in my business, don't do that because now I'm gonna have to hurt your feelings. And then you're not gonna like me. And then you double like not gonna like me because I'm gonna show you I don't give a damn about your feelings and that you don't like me. You should have stayed in your place because I did not invite you into that.
Stay in your lane, and I stay
I
in
didn't
mine.
invite you. Like you only know what I choose to maybe tell you
Mhm.
because
Yep.
it's not for you to know. And it's not that I'm being sneaky. It's not that you think what you want. But bottom line, I don't have to tell you shit.
That part.
Like nothing at all.
That part. That part. 1,000%. That's where I'm at. You know what I allow you to know, what I let you know.
Yep.
But don't come in my life thinking that you entitled.
Listen.
Yeah, you are absolutely not entitled to anything that has to do
Listen.
with my life. What I say, I don't owe you an explanation.
At all.
I don't owe you anything. The fact that you're even in my presence, you should feel honored because that's
Oh.
all and I don't even owe you that.
Mm.
Say the fact that you can even sit at the table with me.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you really cherish and value yourself is limited to who could be around. So if I choose to let you be around me, you should feel grateful. Because I don't just choose people. I don't just have anybody around me. Not
Nope.
everybody could just chill with me and be in my circle and hang out and all kumbaya with me. No. So if I'm allowing you to even make my acquaintance, be grateful.
That part. That part. I agree with you 1,000%. Uh-oh, she went out.
Damn.
She went out on us. Come on, girl. Where you at?
Where she go?
Right when you was getting to your point.
I'll be damned. Look, the podcast said that's too much.
That's too much. You
Cut
telling
her,
too much truth.
cut her. Get her up out of there. She gonna
Hold
come
on,
back
I
and be
got
like,
you.
what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I don't know. I went to a whole nother page and then I heard y'all talking and then all of a sudden it was like wah 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 and I was like, wait, what the heck? Okay. Then I was like, oh, it exited off the page.
We're
My
echoing
bad.
though. We're what are you on? We got an echo.
Mm.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. I'm doing the same thing I was just doing. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna reinvite you. All right, I'm about to kick you off. Wait.
Oh yeah, just kick me out. Okay. All right.
Look, she
Okay.
got kicked off.
Uh-uh.
She had to go for a minute. And we gonna jump onto this next point. Selfishness in relationships, which is her topic. So come on, girl.
I
Do
can't.
we got it together?
Oh, am I back on now? Oh, so I'm loved now.
You
Oh,
are
now
not,
you need me. Now
but
you
you
need
still
me.
got an echo.
Well, you just go. Hold on. Is it still echoing?
No, a little bit. Not as bad.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then.
All right. So anyway, well, this next topic is you anyway.
It is my. It is my. It is my.
Selfishness in relationships.
Not even
Yeah,
just in relationships, in life.
on my
Selfishness,
nerves.
period.
What'd you say?
I said that's on my nerves. Y'all need
Y'all are echoing. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Y'all talk. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come back.
Oh, so she's leaving us now too. All right then. Okay, I see how that is. All right. See if I invite her to the next barbecue.
I'm coming. I don't know what you're gonna do. I'm showing up.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see.
I don't hear no echo. I don't hear nothing.
Me neither. So I wonder if it is hard.
It probably is high. We'll see what you get back on though.
Damn. Well, I'll be damned.
I don't know. My room ain't got no kind of echo. Ain't nothing no echoey up in here.
When she come back and see if it's me. Because now
I don't hear nothing from you either. I don't know.
we're gonna see.
Maybe she got her volume up too loud. Maybe she need to turn it down a little bit.
Okay, so when you say selfish relationship, that can be different things. That can be a good thing or a bad thing.
I said it as a bad thing just because it's not even in relationships. It's in general because, I will admit that I can be extremely selfish at times. But my thing is this. If I'm he said we echoing. Well. If
Are we
but he said we echoing. Well, I don't hear no echo, but my thing is this. If I'm doing for you, if I'm making my way to do for you, you should do the same. I expect the same from you. So, example. This is just an example. So if you want to hang out with me, I don't want to hang out with you. But I'm hanging out with you. I'm wasting my gas. Mind you, gas here is almost $6. Some places it is over $6. Okay, if I'm wasting my gas, then I got an SUV. So, it's not cheap to fill up. So if I'm wasting my gas to go all the way across town at nighttime, and I do not like leaving my house after I'm home, because once I run my errands and I'm home, I'm home. I do not like leaving. But I'm leaving again for you, and then I stay the night at your house or whatever, and then you like, oh, I'll come chill with you, or I'll come stay the night, but then you're like, oh, I want to sleep in my bed. That's selfish, because I wanted to sleep in my bed too, but I slept in your bed multiple times, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
and you can't even sleep in my bed not one time, that's selfish. I'm doing everything for you, but it's always about what you want. That's the problem. It's not always about what you want. It's two people involved in any kind of friendship, entanglementship, whatever. It's all a relationship. It's about two people. And if one person is doing all the giving and the other person is doing all the taking, that's a problem.
God damn
God
it.
damn it.
Now I'm
Now
at,
I'm at,
this is some
this is some
bullshit.
bullshit.
Um,
Um,
okay, I'm
okay,
gonna leave
I'm gonna leave
and I'm gonna
and I'm
come
gonna
back.
come back.
Let's see if
Let's
that
see if that
works.
works.
Me?
I don't hear no echo.
Can you hear me? Can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you. I just don't hear no echo.
All right, y'all, we're gonna have to end our live stream and come back because I am echoing really
Are
bad.
you sure your volume's not up too loud?
No, it's been the same.
Maybe you need to turn down a little bit. Try that.
It's up, it's down.
Or
Girl,
try
look.
moving, or try moving back. Sometimes if you're like you got headphones or something, and sometimes if you're too close to the device, it puts on that
Hello?
echo sound. So try moving back a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let me get out of here. Y'all, we are having technical difficulties on the live stream. It is not. It's not doing it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
hear
still
any echo.
echoing.
I don't know what y'all hearing. I don't hear anything. I don't even hear myself echoing. I don't hear anything.
Okay, let me see if Janae. Janae, are you still echoing?
God damn.
I don't hear anything. If I'm the only one who don't hear anything, I know I'm
Yeah,
not
you the only
deaf.
one who don't hear nothing. What the hell you
Maybe it's because I got a good phone.
Right?
Maybe because I have a good phone that works very well.
It's because you left. When you left and you came back, we started having problems.
Hey, you kicked me. Karma comes back
No,
for ya.
no, it was the first time you left. What happened?
Oh, this that bullshit. I
Don't
can't do
ask me.
this.
You better ask. I don't know. You better
We
ask
gotta
your
end the
sister.
stream, y'all.
Oh,
We
what?
got
They enjoying that. Echo at all. We just echoing through their memory.
This ain't
We
me.
just echoing through their memory. That's all. Let them enjoy the echoiness through their heart.
Hell no, I can't do it.
We'll be right back, y'all. Hold on.
We'll be back to you after these moments. Am I supposed to